All right, prisoners. Welcome back. And we got an important launch right here. In fact, I already pushed the launch button, so I can't check, but we can go to star map. I sent him right here. This is important because I believe 80,000 is the farthest that our petroleum rocket can go without switching to liquid oxygen as fuel. Maybe if we reduce the weight, but I mean, like, I wouldn't want to send a rocket out without 5. So this is kind of like this is a big checkpoint. This is basically as far as we can go. And this is times 2, that would basically be here, right here. So we're basically halfway through the system. But what that means is we are going to be focusing today on the last 2 systems I want to build. So let's go ahead and watch the liftoff first. Oh, let's look at how much I can't show you. We're using 2 full tanks of fuel, so this is 900 kilograms of fuel, 900 kilograms of fuel, and I think this is an extra 300 kilograms of fuel, so I think we're using something like 2,100 kilograms of oxalite. It's a decent bit. But away we go. Whoa, laggy. So, as you can see, the system is done. This is as far as I want to build the solar panels, because I want all of this space here available for constructing the hydrogen and the oxygen condenser. This system is definitely, it's working a lot better. And I'm just kind of straightening things up a little bit. But like I said, today we're going to be working on... Also, oh, I spent some more plastic. Every time we get like 10 tons of plastic or so, I panel the area up some more. Let's see what we got. Oh god, we got some larva eggs, thank god. Oh, we needed those so bad. That means we can deconstruct this. Let's just deconstruct all of these, and then we'll just assign our... where are we getting our water from? We're getting our water over here. Let's turn this off. And I don't even care about being super messy right now, so we're just going to... Most of this water is just going to go back in here anyway. Hold up now, let's not cut the wrong stuff now. Let's go ahead and let's just make this a 6. As you can see, the carbon skimmer did remove all of that. So what I need to do is I need to find a way to keep the slicksters alive. I wish you could, like, freeze an egg, so in the event you could just save them or something, like in the event they die. But today, we're gonna be doing 2 things. I'm gonna start working towards building the condenser, and I'm gonna start working on the theoretical robomining system. The first thing we're gonna... So we're actually ahead of my test file, because this is so time-consuming that I just can't work on my test file anymore. Because we're basically ready right now, so we're going to be working on... Let's see, it's kind of hard to tell. Let me pause real quick. Because you see this little dark margin over here? It's kind of hard to tell if I'm at the boundary of the level or not. So we'll spin this around. Let's just put a dummy one right here so that I can see kind of the height. The lowest height, because this is... We don't want to go any deeper than that. Let's put another one here and remove this. Kind of using it as like a measurement. One more tile over. Okay, so that should cover everything. Now the question is, this one would need to go... So here's one of the big problems with these, is that they're kind of in the way of each other. Because here's how it's going to look. Let me go ahead and build it. It's going to look like this. Why does it need to look like this? Well, this is the back that it's stuck to. It needs one tile above it to stop it from getting, you know, the regolith falling on top of it. And why does it need this one here? Because the only way to cool it is to ensure there's some kind of atmosphere, either gas or liquid. So we're gonna have to build a, either a drywall or a temp shift plate, either. And we'll have to put some water here, because gas will go away, gas will float into the atmosphere, but water will stay there, or any liquid, and that'll create a medium to transfer the heat. And this will allow you to start automatically mining some of this crap and just getting it out of here. So this will have this kind of range, and then you need one that'll cover it, like so. But this is kind of in the way right now. So I'm not entirely sure how we would want to accomplish this. Like, I might have to double them up right there. But as you can see, they're blocking each other. I could do one that's higher up, because then it would be able to dig out the regolith that falls right there. I might need two. One above and one below in order to... Which is already starting to become a little bit less efficient just because... Or... What if we do one underneath? Ah! What if we have one up top that's capable of digging out that, and then we have one down below that's capable of sweeping up the stuff that these miss. And then when we get away from this panel here, then we can kind of go back to the normal pattern. That's an interesting, a curious idea. Very curious. Because the question is, how are we going to clean up the regolith that falls right here? That's the current question. Do we put a second one here? And then one... here? And then one here? Possibly. I mean, that could be the answer. But we'll just, let's go ahead and build this like that. So that's going to be one of our builds, and then over here we're going to start the device. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in... We can go ahead and unpause. We don't need it pause anymore. So this needs to be over here at this floor height. Let me add in some floors just so I can see the height I'm supposed to be at. In fact, I'm actually going to remove this so they can't actually build there. There, that'll act as a measurement guide. So here we go. Build a steam turbine. This is kind of the limit of the structure. So I want to leave some room for it, so maybe 2 spaces, I'm not sure. 3 spaces, maybe? We're not building this out of lead. What are you talking about? We'll build this out of steel. I could build it out of thermium, but I believe that's going to be kind of... Oh, also, this is going to be the wall. This is going to be a wall, so we have to consider... Let's actually build it right here. That's going to mark where the wall will be. So let's see. We want there to be some slack so that I could put in some Weezwarts. So we could put one here. There'll be a divider in between them. And how far is the building? The building can go all the way over here. Okay, so there's plenty of room. I don't need to make it so compact. Let's make 3. 3 spaces over. And then... let's put another one of these here to represent a wall that's going to potentially... that's going to divide them again. And then I guess... well, what if we want to put more Weezwarts in between them? So what if the wall is here... or maybe here, and then we give it a little bit of space right there. Because like I said, we're going to need room for Weezwarts. Okay, let's get these deconstructed. Let's get all this deconstructed, actually. And let's start getting this. leave that opening there. Let's go ahead and build these so they can actually start constructing the wall. Like this, and like, whoops. Like that. Very nice. And now we'll duplicate this with some room there. And then this will be another 3 tiles wide. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, and then that will be the wall is going to be 1, 2, right here. So here's where the wall is going to be. Remove these so they can get through. Remove that. Put this in. Same over here. We could start replacing that with this new, because this is like the size of the condenser machine. Also, we could put these in as well. The flooring. There we go. This will be the first floor. This is going to be the steam room and the Wheezewort room. We can go ahead and put the planter boxes in. And we can also put the lag in. There we go. Crank this up to a 6. I kind of wish it would memorize your deconstruction. We don't need this here, or we could place it here. Having one ladder that goes in and out is perfectly fine. Are they gonna need some... Are these on... Yeah, these are unreachable. Well, not when we put this here. Once we build this here, it won't be unreachable any longer. This is going to be a service room, so yeah, that's also fine. This area here is going to be a service access into this area, so this little margin we've got here is perfectly fine as well. It's funny when they walk on this at full speed. It's almost like a cartoon, like cartoon xylophone sounds. Well, they're building, they're going. Foosh King is our like elite builder. Now the reason we're going to build this out of steel instead of thermium is because the way a steam turbine works is if the machine gets too hot, then it stops working anyways. Like, I'm not worried about the machine taking too much any heat damage, because the steam turbine, it just shuts down if it gets too hot anyways. Like, it just, like, I quit. It's basically just done. So we can... we don't need to do that just yet. So this room here is going to be the... So we could also just go ahead and do this. Like that. We can also remove these. This is going to be the aqua tuner room, where the this is where the heat is going to be generated, and where the 2 steam turbines are going to be necessary for dealing with the heat. Dealing with the heat from the aqua tuners. The Wheezeworts are going to attempt, emphasis on attempt, to keep the system cold. You know what? I might... Let me delete this. Put a 6 here. I might make this just a, remove that. Put this here. I might make this like a doorway, just so they can get through, if necessary. So I think we can seal this up, because I don't think they need to get it. I don't think they need access from the top anymore. And we can now remove these ladders. Very good. And we can build this. And we can also make our service room, like the service entrance. And Foosh K, is that Foosh? No, that's Matthew. And Matthew is, like, the buildinator. He just does not care. Give me that lag, boy. Let's see how we're doing over here. Okay, so here is our system that's... This is its sweeping angle. mean, it can aim directly downwards. So let's see. How do we get one that will cover our other device? So it needs to be, like, right here. Maybe these just need to be lower. Yeah, what would be wrong with this just being lower? And then they wouldn't interfere with each other. Then we would just have the problem of, But like I said, we could build a... So, like, the only reason we're having it so high up is to dig out the stuff that falls on top of this device. But that's only relevant from, like, this perspective over here. So maybe it's not necessary to do that. Maybe we could just... Let me see. Here, I want to try something. Let's delete all of these and build all this all the way down. And let's build you. What are you made out of? Lead? Oh my god. Don't... What are you, some kind of maniac? Like, why would you build this out of lead? Build it out of steel. Let's build it right here. Where's the electrical plug? Okay, good. It misses it. And... what if we built another one? Oops. Right here. Like this. Right here. And what if we did this? Nope, it had to be lower. Gosh darn it. I'm getting the buttons mixed up. So right here. So what if I built this here, those there, and then this would still have an angle over there, and this would still have... Let's just try that for a moment. It'll make it less efficient to walk on top of here, but the whole idea is that they won't have to go up there too frequently. What did we get? Oxyferns. Even though I'm not using them. We can go ahead and begin hatching these. I don't see the harm in that. Larva egg. Larva egg. Let's just put 2 on this line. Okay, back to the surface. Okay, so while they're working on that, let's continue on this. So let's go ahead and put in our service doors. These are going to be made out of steel. If necessary, we can always replace them with something even crazier. But I'm sure this will be fine. I think it'll be fine. I don't know about I'm sure, but I believe it will be fine. Build that there. And we will need to start... We'll panel it last, actually. Another one here to separate these, but also allow us access if necessary. And then we'll have this area here. I don't know how deep it would need to be, but let's go that deep. I mean, it's not really an issue of how deep it's necessary that it is. That's actually not the issue. Because we can always change that. Okay, let's see how they're doing over here. So this would be able to clean up that. And this would be able to clean up all of that. And now we would just need to find a way. How do we clean up this? What is the lowest this can go? So that's the Like that. Take another kind of theoretical... We're not going to connect anything up yet, we're just trying to see, like, because then, once we get this pattern going, then we can just keep going like this. Presumably. We could just maintain this pattern, and then every time we get over here, we'll have to, like, switch to, like, this configuration. So in between, we can use the simpler configuration like this. That's kind of the idea. And then when we get screwed over here, we'll have to, like, switch to this configuration to go, like, basically dip underneath them. Maybe. Maybe. Emphasis on maybe. And what we're gonna do is, like, go probably up to here as kind of our test area, just to see if we can get it to work in the first place. So let's see. So this one would go here. Like that. So this one's got this area covered. This one can cover those two spots. This one can cover all of these. This one can cover that. Okay, so far, it's looking okay. Let's go back to our system over here. These are unreachable builds, so let's build some scaffolding for them. Should be enough to allow them to rebuild it. Okay, let's copy this over here, and then we can also remove these ladders. Actually, instead of removing the ladder, we could just build over it. Now, one of the benefits is that since we're in outer space, I really don't care if we lose some heat. Because the heat's going to stay trapped inside here. It's within the mafic rock. Hopefully there's not a problem with using mafic rock. I don't think there would be. But who knows? We'll see. Like, we could always make adjustments. Let's see how they're doing over here. I got them building on 6s because it means that they're not going to build over some of their other priorities, which means that the base should run at a healthy level. That's one of the important parts. So this is also going to keep running as well. Oh, looks like we've got someone who came back. Let's let Joe Davis out of there. Let's see, is this enough to keep making these trips? Oh, we need oxalite. It's getting warm in here, but we're doing okay. I'll go ahead and shut this off and let the Weezewarts catch up. Also, I don't think we need these anymore, so I believe we can do that, because they can, even though this doesn't have electricity, when this doesn't have electricity, it functions like a normal airlock. When it has electricity, they open up super fast. Oh, they can't reach it because they need access. There we go. So yeah, the plan is we're going to probably go from here over to here, and then we will activate it and just see if it works. If it works, great. Then we will start... Why isn't this closing? I guess hasn't detected it yet? Come on. Detect it. Close it up. Before the asteroid, or... Okay, there we go. It detected it. What are these made out of? Copper? How much copper do we have? We got some. Just because we're getting more copper from the meteorites landing. Which is fine. Okay, so they successfully paneled this area. I mean, to me, this looks big enough. Like, I don't see a problem with this size. Let's go ahead and shut this part down. So, what you're looking at is... This is where... Where are they at? We're gonna build... These are gonna be made out of thermium, though. I'll have to refine some thermium. Let's see, and once it's done lagging... Aqua tuners are made out of quite a bit, 1200, so we'll have to refine a decent bit. But we'll have one in here and one in here. We'll fill this up with a little bit of water so that the aqua tuner will transfer the heat to the water. The water will turn to steam once the aqua tuner heats up enough. This will start to prevent the steam from getting excessively hot. And that's going to be how we manage the heat. And then down here is where we're going to pump in oxygen in here and hydrogen in here. And this is the area that's going to get really, really cold. Or at least that's the plan. That's how it's supposed to work. And then what we'll do is we'll just put a pump down at the bottom to start collecting the... liquid stuff. We'll just put it down there to start collecting it, and then we'll start putting it down here. This is ready for another trip. Extend the gantry. We're just going to continuously send this out to... Really? That's not enough? Okay, I guess I was wrong. I guess we gotta pump some more fuel in. I thought that was enough. Guess I was crazy. Bump it up to 400. And it's gonna drop some crap on us, so we gotta clean up. There we go. Looks like we'll need another ladder over here as well. Even though it's a hassle to get these robominers set up, I think you'll agree that not having to do this over and over and over again will be quite the boon. Why, it feels like, I'm scratching my head on this one. Oh! Forgot. They haven't pumped in the all of the liquid. I had that shut off. Forgot about that. Now the good news is that we could use this area here for the cooling system, because we already have the aqua tuners already in this configuration, so we could just kind of extend it up here. Oh yeah, we also need to... There. Should be good enough. Let's see what our new printable looks like. Building and operating? Building and operating? Are you building and digging right now? Like, we're not really doing a lot of operating. Building and digging right now. We'll take the puffed. Okay, so this part is done. Go ahead and start paneling the bottom. Just like that. Remove these. Gonna take them a while to clean up that crap. Okay, so the next one's gonna be right here. The next one... This one is... The shape of them is slightly off. That's one thing that's kind of annoying. Oh, that's right. The key was that... Oh, but what about this? Interesting. It can reach that high. I mean, if it's absolutely necessary, we can move the satellite dishes around as well. Oh, I guess it's becoming a bit of a puzzle, isn't it? Okay, let's put this one here first. So you can go up to here. And the next problem is, how do we get the regolith off of that one? Without screwing everything up? That's currently the question. What is the lowest it can go? The lowest it can go is here. But then the question is, how would we clean the regolith off of that one? Ooh, there's an interesting idea. Okay, so what if I do it like this? And then I do this one like this. And then the next one would have to be able to clean up both of those locations like this. I think that'll work. This is gonna be so ugly. It's gonna be super ugly. Like, it's not gonna be symmetrical or anything like that, but it's... The real thing is, all I care about is, will it work? That's all I care about. So this has to be right here because it needs like a wall to stay on, which means these need to go. And that means these will have to go as well. Okay, this is the last one I'm gonna install in order to try to... Oh, we can't do it yet. So let's go ahead and do this. But this is definitely an issue of... The radar dishes are not placed in a very cooperative manner. Wow, that's a lot of stuff we have to clean up. Okay, so the laser gun counts as part of the structure. Oh, no, it doesn't. Just that part counts. Interesting. That means we can just do this. Oops. There we go. Now we can deconstruct these. Which allows us to get over it. And then we could build another one of these right here. And one of these also has to be rebuilt right there. It's so ghetto looking, but I guess the real thing is, like, who cares if it looks ghetto if it works? That's all that matters. Does it work or not? That's all that matters. So let's go ahead and build another service access. Deconstruct at a 6. And same right over here. Another thing we're gonna have to do is build, what is it? One of these. Right here and right here. Because these heavy wires are gonna come in through there. Like this. And connect over here. We're gonna need to build a wire bridge right here. So that we can connect this. This will just allow any of the electric, because remember, these are generators. So any of the green means generation, white means a consumer. So green is a producer, white is a consumer. Sounds like we've got another shower coming in. Yep, another meteor shower. Now, fortunately, these robominers, they don't use up very much energy, like 120 each. So what we're going to do is just build another one of these down here. Like so. I'll build it kind of close. Right about here. And what we will do is go like this. Like that. Building it close to this ladder so that we can easily, you know, we don't have to worry too much about any construction problems. Over this. Over this. Prevent these wires from getting all tangled up. And how do we get over there? Let's go. Let's just follow the bridge up here. Like that. And since these are 120 watts each, they're not going to be that hard to connect. Like we can hook a lot of them up to this system. This system won't have a problem with that. I'm surprised these are reachable. Some of these aren't, though. I know that. Unreachable. They can walk on top of these solar panels, so all I have to do is go right over here and build one of these there. People are getting sunburned due to the exposure to the sunlight, but whatever. They'll get over it. Like, you're not here in Fox's ghetto prison to be comfortable. You're here to do my bidding and then hopefully escape. That's your reward. You get to escape. In fact, you know, there's nothing wrong with us just leaving these ladders here completely constructed, because in the event we need to remodel, just means that these ladders we'll have access to it with these ladders, so that's completely fine, actually. Add these in. And now we're gonna have to dig up some stuff again. Oh boy. All of this stuff has to be cleaned up. And then we'll make these a priority 7, because these are the ones that are interfering with our radar dishes. Ugh. And then there's even some over here that can have some loot in it. Oh my god, regolith. Dealing with regolith. Regolith management. Let me tell you something. Okay, now we can disconnect this. Make that a 9 just to get it over with. Let's see what our new printable is. after it's done saving. Building. No. Say everything's closing again, which means we have another storm coming in. It's storming like crazy. Like, we got super lucky for a little while. Where there weren't any storms. But now we're just getting, like, destroyed by, like, constant storms. I need to kill these stupid shovels, because they keep barfing up. I can hear them drilling around. There he is. They're just, like, adding... So the way these things work is they eat, like, dirt and stuff, and then they, like, vomit blocks out. They vomit, like, regolith blocks out, and it's, like, annoying the crap out of me, so they need to go. We just gave them a ton of orders to follow, so it's going to take them a moment to get through that. We might need to put a wheeze board in here as well, because all this machinery is going to start getting pretty warm. Fortunately, there's just so much materials raining down on us that we're not having that much difficulty getting through it all. Let's see how we're doing over here. So this area is cool. It should be we're starting to manage the heat a little better over here because we don't really need the glass forge anymore. Like, we've made all the glass that we need. We can queue up another supercoolant because we need as much supercoolant as we can get our hands on. Still overflowing down here, no big surprise. Here's our slicksters. This area is already starting to fill up quite a bit with carbon dioxide. Here's our nice Viscogel barrier. Oh, here's the massage room. So if someone gets really stressed out, I have them assigned that they go to the massage room to reduce their stress. Decor value, because they're here for a long time, it lets them soak up a ton of decor value. This area very, like, brilliant with decor, so... And on top of that, we've got the Buddy Buds. The Buddy Buds are spreading their spores, which are good for stress relief as well, so... This is like the relaxation chamber. What is happening over here? Okay, that's fine. Or is it fine? It's fine. Wondering if we ran out of water. So, once again, our little temporary tank, we got like a lot of slime lung in here, which is annoying, because I didn't think slime lung could persist in carbon dioxide, but it seems like it can, which is kind of a pain. As you can see here, the new plumbing system has been working. This is all of this water is from over here, and it's been working pretty well, so I'm pretty satisfied with it. And then I can just open this to let the water in. He needs a little more water down here, so I'm just providing it for him. He was like, oh, if only there was more water added to this, like, area. That's basically what he's like. And yeah, so I'm pretty satisfied with that worked out. This should be over here to catch this polluted water. You know what? I bet that's the problem. I bet what's causing it is this is probably creating polluted oxygen, which is just barely keeping that slime lung alive. This was like an emergency thing. I should really build this in a more efficient location. Let's see how they're doing topside. Looks like... Oh yeah, that's right, we had another shower. So now we gotta clean up all the regolith again. Oh my god, regolith is just so obnoxious. So obnoxious. And it looks like Joe is back, so let's go ahead and let Joe out. Or maybe not. Maybe we just send him on another mission. Oh, okay. Send Joe off to another mission. Yep, the doors are open, so let's just keep getting more fullerene. Which of these has more... Okay, this one has 37. All of this refined carbon is helping us make steel, so I just go wherever there's more refined carbon. Off we go. Pretty efficient use of fuel, I'd like to add as well, because we're barely using any fuel to do that. And even though we're not getting a ton of fullerene, which is unfortunate, It's not too big a deal. Oh yeah, we can also connect this now. Now that that bridge is going to help us avoid that. It's gonna take them a while to build all of this. There's no doubt about that. I might as well have them clean this up too. Looks like there's some items in there. Or it's probably just more metal ore, but metal ore is good. We'll take metal ore. We could probably deconstruct these ladders over here. All of it, actually. And we'll just build this. Why don't we just not be so ghetto? Let's just add in actual flooring. Okay, that's gonna be annoying. Let's just deconstruct. Okay, we're gonna have to rewire this. How are we going to... Just do it like that. Now I can build that there. You actually don't need that top one there, but it bothers me that it's not there. The next thing we'll do is we will add in the drywall. Probably build all of this out of mafic rock just because it's readily available. Same over here. Like, we're giving them so many build orders that there's no way they're going to be able to complete these very efficiently. Because, I mean, they've got the wiring to build all the way over here. Let's make this Control 5. This is our kind of test there, so this will be Control 5. So here's Control 4. We'll reset Control 4 to this location once it's done saving. There we go. So now we can go Shift 5 to see this area. Shift 4 to see that area. Shift 2 brings us to there. Let's make Shift 2 here, because this is the molecular forge. And, what's Shift 3? Oh yeah, it's down this area here. As you can see, we've used up a lot of the oil. And then we'll need to panel this area too, because the gas will just escape into outer space. Actually, those ladders that we removed would have actually been useful. We'll have to rebuild them. So as you can see, these still open and close even if there is a door there, or even if they don't have power. They basically just close slower. That's all it does. Let's see how the system looks. They got the power transformer done. But it's going to take them a moment to actually go through this and add all of the components. They can now walk on top of these solar panels and use the solar panels as a platform. But yeah, okay, that's probably gonna be the end of this episode. You're getting the idea. When I'm ready to show you more, like hopefully when we can actually test fire this, because what we're gonna do is we'll add in a first. I don't care if they overheat in the beginning. If they overheat in the beginning, I just want to make sure they work. If they work, we'll put the temp shift plates in, and then we'll have to like run a liquid cooler through all of these. It's gonna be kind of squirrely looking. I was kind of hoping they would all stay the same height, but it looks like that might not be possible. And this one here might be a problem as well, because I don't know how I'm going to cool this one, because there'll be no way to keep the liquid here without the liquid falling down. So this whole system might not even work, now that I think about it. Unless I can build one here. Unless I can build one here and it counts towards it. I don't know if that counts as part of the... I'm gonna... Okay, let me build this on a emergency real quick. I want to see what this... how this obstructs its vision. If I build this here, how is it go... How... Can it still hit this area, basically? That's what I'm wondering. It should. And if I can't build here, then I assume this is technically part of the machine, meaning I should be able to build a temp shift plate right here. Okay. Okay, so it just can't sweep right there, but on the other end, this can sweep. Oh, we missed the spot. What about right here? Uh-oh. So this needs to be a little bit closer. And if this is one tile closer, and we scoot all of these down one, that might change this system up a little bit. As you can see, I might actually deconstruct all this and try to figure out a better... And try to figure out a way to do this without... Yeah, I might tear all this up. If I need, basically, if I need to move all of these down into here, then I'm willing to do that. If that's what I need to do in order to make this nicer, because like, I don't like how these are kind of like going in this jagged up and down, this kind of sawtooth pattern. Like, I just don't think that's... I think that's not going to be very good. But yeah, I'll be back once I have messed around with it a bit more. At any rate, that's going to be the end of this episode. Like this video feels entertaining, subscribe for future Oxygen Not Included content, and of course, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.